Marriage is defined by Webster's dictionary as, quote, the state of being united to a person of the opposite sex as a husband or wife in a consensual and contractual relationship recognized by law, end quote. This has been the view of our society since America's founding and throughout all of history, really. Same sex marriage, if legalized, would affect society in several different ways. Legalizing same sex marriage defeats the state's purpose of benefiting marriage. Um, Robert C. Jeffrey Jr. Made this statement, and I quote, marriage is not something to confer upon any two persons simply because of a desire for status or honor. Rather, it is directly related to the matter of the procreation of the species and the education of citizens, end quote. You can find the article that this was written out of in the description below. Certain benefits are bestowed by the state on married couples. These benefits include collecting the deceased spouse Social Security, claiming an extra tax exemption for a spouse, and having the right to be covered under a spouse's insurance policy. These are costly benefits given by the state to married couples. In a sense, married couples receive special favor from the government. Well, why is this? The reason is because the state has a special interest in marriage. Because marriage between two heterosexuals is likely to result in a family with children, and procreation is in the state's best interest. Legalizing same-sex marriage will not and cannot satisfy the state's main interest in marriage. Furthermore, it would cost the state much unnecessary funds due to a decrease in tax revenue. Same-sex marriage would impose its acceptance on all of society. By legalizing same-sex marriage, all citizens will be forced to advocate same-sex marriage. Our children in America will be taught same-sex tolerance in school and will be required to support homosexual views. All of society will be forced to accept the homosexual lifestyle and consider it equal to traditional marriage, regardless of religious or personal views. It would be illegal, for example, for employers including religious organizations, to refuse to hire or otherwise discriminate against homosexuals. This is a particular offense to religious freedom, as most leading religions in America view homosexuality as an abomination. Legalizing same-sex marriage would weaken the validity of traditional marriage. Roughly 50% of first marriages, 67% of second marriages, and 73% of third marriages end in divorce. See reference below, Divorce Statistics 2010. These are outstanding numbers that show just how fragile marriage is in America. Traditional marriage is evermore falling through the cracks. Divorce rates are high, and unmarried mothers gave birth to 4 out of every 10 babies born in the United States in 2010. See reference in the description below, Harris, 2009. And cohabitation, that is the living together of a male and a female that are not married or have any kind of relational contract. Cohabitation, that is becoming more increasingly common. Condoning same-sex marriage will not fix our marital crisis of today. Yet, on the contrary, it will harmfully impact traditional marriage. And to go even farther than that, it would harmfully impact every individual in America. Marriage is already losing its respectability and sanctity, and legalizing same-sex marriage would only further weaken the validity of traditional marriage. While some see same-sex marriage as a homosexual's right, I disagree. Marriage is a privilege given by the state to a couple comprised of a man and a woman for the purpose of encouraging procreation and a healthy family. Same-sex marriage is based strictly on sexual attraction, and it does not benefit the state in any way. As a matter of fact, it costs the state needless money. Marriage is wavering in America today due to the ever-decreasing mortality rate in our society. People have become more open to homosexuality, therefore they do not see any reason why it should not be legalized. Yet these people don't understand the full implications of legalizing same-sex marriage. The very culture of America would change. Um, it defeats the state's very purpose of being involved in marriage and regulating marriage and even encouraging marriage, that is traditional marriage. By legalizing same-sex marriage, every citizen, child, adult, and religious organization would be forced by law to accept homosexual equality. We, Americans, you and me, need to open our eyes and take a stand against same-sex marriage. Thank you.